Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Omori. So we beat up Sweetheart in the last part, so we're going to find out the fallout of that, which is basically she's pissed at us, which, when isn't she pissed off at us?
How did we get onto the stage?
When we were fighting, I guess.
What?
The guards ran away.
Crash.
Oh, is this SpaceX boyfriend?
Yes.
I like that moment where he turns around and you hear the car lock beep.
Baka. A sweet chili-filled donut.
Why did SpaceX boyfriend break up with Sweetheart?
More like Sweetheart broke up with him.
Why?
Because she's the self-absorbed bitch.
Fair.
I mean, based on our interactions with her and the fact that this is all a reality TV show, yeah. You know what? These two kind of deserve each other, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, bride? Wait,
I love the censor.
bride? What? They're married?
Yes.
Yeah, they just got married.
They didn't even properly unbreak up, and now they're married. This is not going to end well, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh, do we see them later on?
I like how Omori and the gang, very politely sat in their chairs again. What?
Is that the bride side on the left too? Aw.
What? Why did they blow up the stage?
Because reality TV show's over, so they don't need it anymore.
Huh.
Oh, but their ratings were great. They needed another season in order to get to syndication.
Another hole in the roof.
The Johnny Bravo bean sprout is just sitting there gawking up.
I was thinking of Paul from Tekken, actually, with that haircut.
Kind of, yeah. I like how Aubrey and I are on exactly the same wavelength right now. This is not going to end well for anyone involved. Oh no, he's waking up.
Sort of. We have
Oh,
a few
but-
little things to do in the Sproutable Village first, so that's where it wants you to go, because we saw the Shadow of Basil.
Speaking of unhealthy things.
So Basil had something to do with Mari's death, is what I'm guessing.
Too bad you got here after the finale ended.
I wonder if we should tell them. Oh no.
So
She tried to imitate the laugh and choked halfway through.
Ryan, when you played this, did you get the first time, I should say, did you get the real world ending the first time?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a very difficult path divergence to take.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get.
I feel like answering the door when it knocks would be something most players would instinctively do. And that you'd have to think to do anything different. That's just my first inclination.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first time you went to the door, there was a jump scare there, so...
Yeah, but I feel like this game is fairly well known for being somewhat horror-ish, so I don't think it's that out of left field to the scare, for lack of a better word.
Maybe. Okay, so what are we doing here?
Just doing some side questy stuff.
Oh.
We gave them an interesting book to Demi.
Is there a quick travel in this game of any sort?
Pluto Space Lines is.
Okay.
So at certain spots, you can fast travel to different points in the world.
What are you doing?
He's reading the book, so we can't move. Give him a second.
Oh, no.
I think, if I remember correctly, that starts you out sad. If you equip it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
The BED. Oh, wow.
I hate to inform you of this, old man, but beds were invented centuries ago.
Again, the sprout moles are not very bright. Tofu. Got a bigger horn.
This is my most prized possession. Okay, in exchange for tofu? But you could have just gone to the store and bought that.
So yeah, we have a fetch quest thing going on here.
It's powerful. Too powerful.
It made him oversleep. So now we're back here. So
All right. So
how did we beat you?
how did we beat you?
He overslept.
No, it can't be.
Is this a side quest?
Yeah.
You know, you could just invent an alarm clock.
After all their funding went into bed, man, Lewis, you don't know anything about science.
I like how ladders in RPG Maker games always use the same movement animation as walking, so your character just walks up the ladder half the time.
That happens in a lot of RPGs, though, to be fair.
Although, hang on, are they, do they actually have a climbing animation?
Slightly, yes.
I think their arms are moving. Although I'd have to look at them walking forward in order to see how substantially different it is.
Huh. There's a year's worth of tofu in there. Cliff-faced as usual, I see. Oh, Mari tracks side quests. Nice.
Yeah, so you can ask her for help if you need it.
I'm glad they have something like that, because it is really frustrating in games when there is no good way to know which side quests you have and haven't done.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword because you lean too far into quest objective listings in a journal type thing, and you really just get to a point where the game tells you exactly where to go, and you're just going from waypoint to waypoint, not actually thinking about anything.
Yeah, it's frustrating though. It's because it's like you don't want to make it just following waypoints, but you also want people to be able to find your stuff is also the thing.
Yeah.
So
I think it gets a little ridiculous when every quest actually just tells you exactly where to go and what to do.
one thing I really liked about the Prince of Persia, new Prince of Persia game, The Lost Crown, is that they have an option like Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion where it will put a waypoint on the map to tell you where to go if you want it, but the game by default has it off and says you can turn this on in the options menu if you want to. Which, especially for a Metroidvania game, I think is pretty neat. Where you get to like self-select how hand-holdy you want the game to be.
Yeah, that's always helpful. The thing that I prefer most of all, though, is instructions that are just vague enough that you know the general thing you're supposed to be doing, but not exactly who to talk to or what to do when you get there, you know?
One thing that I found really helpful, and I was surprised that this was a feature on the game, because this was a Game Boy Color port, is the Game Boy Color port of Dragon Quest 3 lets you save, press the select button to save to a quick list of memory certain NPC dialogue points. So, like, when an NPC enters the battlefield, what? What am I saying? When an NPC talks to you, you can press the select button, and that line that they said will save to the memory, and then you can press the select button later on in order to just bring it back up. So it just allows you to naturally keep a list of things that you want to remember for later. Like, oh, I heard that there was this cave near so-and-so town, or, oh, I heard that if you went this way in this dungeon, XYZ would happen. You know, stuff like that, which I thought was really neat.
That's a fairly old RPG mechanic, dialogue logging.
That just I haven't seen a lot of in recent days.
Yeah. It's not something that a lot of games do nowadays.
But it feels like it would be maybe not easier to implement, but certainly like less resource intensive to implement now, because it's not like you're fighting for every gigabyte of RAM or megabyte of RAM, I should say.
Yeah.
Anymore. You can save that kind of thing more easily.
Like Morrowind, for example. I'm bringing that up again. The actual I think it was actually not in the original game, but was added in one of the expansions. But the journal now actually logs every dialogue topic you ever discuss with any NPC ever, and you can just go to an alphabetized list of different topics and look up what you've been told about that topic, whether it's directions, just rumors, or lore, and it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
That's
tricky.
Oh no. Wait, why did we jump in the hole?
Because it's the way to progress, because we saw the Shadow of Basil go in there.
Why are the other three following your dumbass into this stupid mess?
They're not very bright.
Okay.
Also, they'd vanish on us, so...
Oh, no.
Is this when we get back to the real world?
We're going to, yes.
It looks more like we've landed in another dungeon.
Not quite. It's just a library of some kind.
Well, I mean, that could easily be a dungeon.
Yeah. You found a book of interest. Remembering the good old times.
Oh, no. Okay.
Friggin' spiders. Just summoning webs in the way that we can easily cut.
I imagine that, like, if they were sufficiently thick, it would be really hard to cut spider webs with a knife. Like, you could probably knock them away with a knife, but, like, actually cutting through them with a knife sounds pretty difficult because they're so sticky.
Oh, yeah. Actually, like, getting webs out of your way is a pain in the ass.
I feel like the easiest way to do it would be, oh god, have either of you guys played Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
Whenever I see something like that, where the main character, where you like see a copy of yourself moving at any point, I can only think of Hollow Knight.
And you get super paranoid now.
Yeah, because there's a section in that game, if you've never played it, where you're walking around in a dark cave and you just see yourself in a different hallway. And then you follow it down a hallway and then you fight one of the creepiest bosses immediately after. Which has no effect on the game's story, actually, now that you think about it. I've thought about recording Hollow Knight for the channel a number of times, but I feel like it's just too long, unfortunately. Like, it's a huge Metroidvania. And I'm also not good at it, so, like, I couldn't show, like, all the really cool extra stuff with all the super bosses and whatnot, because I can't beat them. I barely managed to get the good ending in my normal playthrough, so yeah.
So is single square Mari or
Single square, I believe is Sunny because you can name him whatever you want. So
You can name Sunny whatever you want?
yeah.
Okay.
But Omori is Omori, so
Okay. Because you're always Omori in the dream world. Okay.
yeah.
Was this game actually made in RPG Maker?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's neat.
Let me actually check what version it was, because that's something that I talked a little about before, but okay, Omori, which version of RPG?
It's just
Maker?
always, like, really fascinating to me because it's such an easily accessible tool that when, like, a full-on, like, published game that gets onto consoles ends up being made with it, I'm always just, like, really impressed.
Oh, hang on. I think Omori has made an RPG Maker MV. Interesting.
Which one's that?
I think it's the current one.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was an older one because of the 4x3, but I guess that was a design choice.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, given, like, the kind of games that it's trying to emulate. Although I'm not, and I suppose, like, they wanted the different backgrounds and whatnot. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with the artistic decision, but it certainly was intentional, so, you know, if they wanted to, they could even just, like, blow it up a little bit and you'd still see part of the background. So it definitely is an intentional decision to have the game be in this aspect ratio.
So we learned where Omori came from. It's the name of the brand of the piano that Mari played.
That's depressing.
Yes.
Delicious fruits.
Everything's delicious when you're hungry enough.
I suppose so.
Unless you're allergic to it, but...
No, that is a good point, though, because, like, when you're really, really hungry, food does taste better, I've noticed. At least, like, anecdotally. Oh, we found a keyboard thing.
We're taking the L.
Yo. Have we gotten the F key yet?
Yes.
Oh, no, I missed it.
Oh, no.
Oh, there you are. You're a pain in the ass to find. Did you know that? Oh. Am I the only one who, whenever I see Basil, I think of Pit from Kid Icarus?
Yeah, he does have the laurel crown thing going on.
Don't
Yeah.
forget it's in the toy box. What's in the toy box? I don't want to know.
So something black something.
Can you lose the Hangman game?
No,
Okay.
What are the keys for anyway? I mean, other than Hangman.
you have to spell out the hangman to get the best ending.
Oh.
So if you miss a key, you're just screwed.
No, every key is regettable.
So you can go back into that creepy room whenever you want.
You have to get the L to progress.
Oh,
Why is
okay.
why is he taking out the knife? Oh,
He's
no.
stabbing himself because he's waking up.
Does he have to do that every time he wakes up?
Apparently so.
That's depressing. Jeez. And do you have to do an input to do that? Or can you just
you have to hit the stab command. Yeah.
So are you just stuck in the room unless you do that?
Yep.
Jeez. Okay.